Good morning, y'all. So, it is December the 20th. We're just 5 days away from Christmas. And I don't know about y'all, but around here, the closer we get to Christmas, the crazier some people go. But we will survive. We always do. We just gotta keep the mental breakdowns to a minimum.
Come on, let's just look in here. Yeah. Anything in here? They're right there. Flurry almost fell off. Where's her hat? Oh, there it is. She almost fell off.
Okay, so this continuation of my my last review. I was about halfway through Netflix's Wednesday when I decided to share some thoughts on it, and I've since finished it. And I must say, my initial issues with the show, they became less prevalent over time. Yes, there's been this opening to a broader supernatural world, if you will. And that's all well and good. I didn't know how to feel about it at first, but by the end of season 1 of the series, I have to say that the choice doesn't feel as strange as it did in the beginning. I'm not going to do any spoilers, so don't worry. Alls I will say is that this is actually a very, very good show. By the end of the last episode, I was, most certainly interested. I'd begun to enjoy it much, much more. And, assuming they do a season 2, because they certainly, without spoilers, they certainly set us up for a season 2. I would say that I would definitely be interested in watching the second season. It took a little bit of doing to hook me, and perhaps because I was, so very much invested in the previous iteration of the Addams Family, the one that I grew up with, that being the movies starring Angelica Houston and Christina Ricci and Raoul, whatever the hell his name is, I forgot, but and Christopher Lloyd. Like, that is what I grew up on, and that is what I unfairly kept holding this series up to. But this series it's without a doubt something different, and it was quite enjoyable. I was apprehensive at first, but I got to a point where I was very invested in the series, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So if you are indeed a fan of, macabre and, perhaps, it's an overused term, but gothic storytelling, and you were a fan, if you were a fan of the Addams Family Values films, I would say that, if you were apprehensive about giving this a shot, I would say that I believe that you will be pleasantly surprised if you do. So, it was, again, very good. Jenna Ortega did a fantastic job playing Wednesday. The portrayals of her brother and her mother and her father, I'm a little less stoked about. Pugsley, in my opinion, didn't very much, embody the previous Pugsley that I had seen. Catherine Zeta-Jones probably did the best out of the three of them, but even still, she's not Angelica Houston, and I shouldn't compare her to such, but it's difficult, and Louis Guzman, it's strange because Louis Guzman looks like he walked like right off of the Charles Addams strip page. He really does. He looks the part of the original comic. I think it's the fact that this Gomez seems so much more reserved than the version I'm familiar with. It really did throw me. Like, he's not nearly as eccentric. It's a different character. It's strange to put my finger on, but it's not about how he looks. It's about the way they have the character acting. He's not as, crazy or kooky or as, eccentric is the word I keep coming back to, because that's really a great word to use. And he doesn't. There just was so much more passion in the previous portrayals of the Gomez character. I just feel like some of that was missing out of Luis Guzman's portrayal. Aside from that, I mean, I can also understand them wanting to dial some of the characters back some, because it is supposed to be Wednesday's series and she is meant to be the focus, and it wouldn't be good if her, batshit crazy father overshadows her in every scene that they share. That would be bad. I agree. I don't know. It was an odd. It struck me strange. That's all. It took me a while to figure out what I felt was so off with that particular portrayal, and this is what I came up with. It's a very stark contrast to what I was expecting. I guess I'll say, and again, perhaps unfair on my part to have that expectation. But all in all, again, I really enjoyed this. I will be watching season 2 if and when they get around to putting one out. Very, very enjoyable, and I would certainly encourage you, if you haven't seen it already, to go and check it out. Until next time, I am Ken Karnage, and Karnage is right around the corner.